Well, hello, all of you. Um, this is Peace Assembled, and this is the Doctor Who review of Wish World. It's season 2 slash season, what would that be?
15, is it?
17,
I've lost count.
16, and or season 41 of the whole stinking Michigas.
Mm.
And I think that Lee is going to tell me how it's a bunch of stinking Michigas in this case uh, for Wish World. Wish World is Conrad's idea of perfection, and it sure as hell ain't mine. Um, Kind of a nightmare, actually. But we usually open with the other person giving an opening remark. So go ahead, Lee.
Wish World, eh? Oh, I wish I'd never seen it. Um,
Sure.
where to start? There was no payoff at the beginning of this from the last episode where the TARDIS doors imploded. That wasn't really explained, was it? See, no explanation there. Um, yeah, it begins with the Rani riding horseback in Bavaria. Was it Bavaria or
Uh-huh.
somewhere in 16 whatever or 15 whatever?
Yeah.
Um, to get the seventh son of a seventh son for her plans. Now, the Rani is a scientist.
Yes.
She's not a witch with magical powers.
No.
So how by going can she turn someone into a duck?
Hmm.
I know in the classics she changed people into trees, but that was using like landmines. It was
Mm-hmm.
science stuff. But
You
her
stepped
just
on it and suddenly boom, your tree
tree or whatever. Um,
or
yeah,
whatever. Right.
just to go blow like and change someone into petals. I didn't get that. Um, I'm not getting this characterization of the Rani at all, to be honest. But hey ho. Um, and then all of a sudden, you get the most campist, um, shall we say, setup of the Doctor and Belinda playing happy families. The Doctor waking up in bed with her, doing the most campist yawn acting wise, um, set in a 1950s style world. Now, don't get me wrong, but hasn't this been done before? One Division, because the world's not real, because we found that out. But set on all this, all lovey-dovey 1950s style pastiche stuff. Also, the story about reality and the world, the Doctor not knowing what's real and not, has been done before, many times before. Let's have a
The
look.
Eighth Doctor, mostly that was mostly the Eighth Doctor's
I'm just going to say
first
the
3 years.
Eighth Doctor in Natural History of Fear is one what stands out. And then
Good one.
on TV, Silence in the Library,
Yeah.
Human Nature, Turn Left. He's taking just elements from what he's done before. I mean, and also this God is his thing with gods, which is done from this last season and this season. The pantheon of the gods was done in Big Finish in a trilogy for the Seventh Doctor a few years back.
The Cartmill, the basically a resolution of the Cartmill master plan.
There was three trilogies. I know it ended with Gods and Monsters, where Fenric returned, sort of thing.
Right?
But it's been done to death. You say, and I just got the feeling of this, which everything's happy and bright in this world of WandaVision. Oh, I mean Doctor Who, and I don't know. It's. I mean, I'm not even halfway down my list. Um,
Keep going.
let's have a look. Rani, right? I'll just cross them off as I go along. Da. The Rani. This incarnation of the Rani is not the Rani. Um, the Rani's a scientist. She experiments to get to for her end game. She does experiments, scientific experiments. I didn't see any experimenting going on here. She seemed to come across as quite vengeful, sadistic, and then all of a sudden, when she got the glitter ball from the ceiling and started dancing with the Doctor, that's been done before. That's Missy, isn't it? That all the characterizations there was Missy. I mean, the Master danced in was it Last of the Time Lord, Sound of the Drums, Sound of with on the floating carrier, was dancing away with John Master.
Yeah,
Been done.
that Scissor Sister song. Yeah,
It's just been done. You're
right.
thinking, Russell T Davies, what are you playing at? You're just rehashing old stuff. Yeah, there was definitely no experiments going on. So she's acting like the master, well, like Missy, and because the way she's doing the characterization, she was flirting with the Doctor, being sort of spiteful with the Doctor, hinting that they may have been lovers. That's not the Rani. So the Rani is straight down the middle, isn't she? She's no nonsense. That wasn't the Rani at all. I mean, let's have a look. I'm going to say always again, the last of the Time Lord, yawn. He's not. How many times with all this bar generation going on? He's not the last of the Time Lords. But RTD keeps writing it in. He just will
Yeah,
not.
it is just written into
Just won't let it go.
to try to establish some sort of pathos there, but it doesn't need to be done anymore.
It needs to be done. I mean, I've said it before. I know you won't agree with me, but I said it for the other stuff doesn't need to be done about the diversity, the virtue signaling, the preaching.
Oh,
It doesn't need to be done because
but
it's
it's not diversity preaching. It's just
no. I'm saying
representation.
that was three things: diversity, virtue signaling, and preaching. That was three items. It was just it's just going. Oh, every episode it's the same thing, same thing. Just stop it. We get what you're trying to say. Just get on with good storytelling. Um, what else is there? Oh yeah, right. Durrani. Why? No, she wanted doubt. Well, I don't know, understand this, but doubt of a Time Lord would open up reality, right? I'm sure in the 60 odd years of Doctor Who's history, the Doctor has doubted a lot of times. I never saw
Uh-huh,
reality burst open. Um,
uh-huh.
and how does she know that? if she's never done it before.
Hmm.
But if she's looking for Omega to free Omega, which we mentioned of him last week, didn't we? Omega, and it looks like it
Uh-huh.
is him. If she's looking for Omega, why use the Doctor? She's got a wish god in that little
Uh-huh.
child. Why not just wish for Omega to come?
That's a really good question.
Just use the wish god to wish up Omega from wherever he is.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have had to take over the planet, this create this fake world above the planet to to break up the world. I don't get that. I'm saying she's not mentioned. Why does the Rani want Omega?
I don't know.
Um, I mean, she says
Why does she
she says to make a new Gallifrey or something like that. But she's a renegade Time Lord. She was thrown out of Gallifrey. Why would she want to recreate another Gallifrey? Why has she got the seal of Rassilon in whatever that thing is? Why would she celebrate?
and excuse me, what is that thing? Is it a bone castle?
It's not explained. What is it?
Where the hell did they go? Those bones come from? Those aren't Earthling bones. Those are
I mean,
nothing that's ever been on Earth.
and where? Why have we got tall bone dinosaurs walking about?
And by tall, you mean way too tall to be actually dinosaurs.
Where to
Because
the
we've seen dinosaurs the right size in London in
yeah,
the invasion of the
yeah.
dinosaurs, and they were
You know,
only as tall as the buildings.
yeah. I I got when I saw that, I got Empire Strikes Back vibes. The AT-ATs.
The AT-ATs. That's a really good point. Oh,
But there was no explanation why they were walking around London. I just let's have a look. Yes, the Vindicator, what the Doctor's been carrying around every episode, getting information from everywhere he's been. Um,
how'd she get it? And why is it on her clock?
yes, but why? Why does the Doctor did all that? She could have done that. She's got a time machine because she travelled back in time to get the baby.
Uh-huh.
So she could have got all that information herself. The writing's terrible. Um, I saw a little dig at J.K. Rowling. Did you see that? This R.T. Davis, Russell Davis, having a little dig because of her views on gender. Because Conrad was reading a book called Doctor Who and the Deadly Wish by I.M. Foreman.
Uh-huh.
Design of the book was exactly like Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Huh.
So that was mostly a little dig from RTD. What an arsehole.
Okay. Over on this side, we didn't have that copy. That was not one of the ones that we had seen over here.
Well, I don't think they changed the cover. I think they just changed the title.
They did change the cover.
Oh, right.
Because otherwise I would have noticed that too.
Yeah, but exactly the same as the
Huh.
um, a dig at homophobia as well. When the Doctor said, "But you're a beautiful man." Why do you say that? Why do you say that? I mean, come on with the messaging. Stop it. Then there's also a jab at the government, our government, about disability. It's it's going too far with all these messages. So
Well, what's really cool right now is that as well as having disability represented on screen, Lee, is behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
There are 10 or 12 people working on the show who
Yes, but
are disabled folks
I'm not having a go at that.
who are actually like, you know.
I'm not having a go at that. I'm
No,
having a
I
go.
know, but I'm just saying that the representation is a reflection of who's running and working on the show.
Yes, but
FYI.
I'm on about RTD's constant messaging instead of writing a good story. His messaging comes first now, and I don't think that's paying off with this series. You should have a good story. Think a story through anyway. Not think of what message can I put today. Um. Oh, here's Rogue. Why? Is in
I don't
hell.
know.
Is in hell. How did he get? How did he communicate with the Doctor? Where did he know where he was? And how does he know about the tables don't do that?
Huh.
What? No explanation how he knew. That was just another filler. Poppy from Space Babies. What's she doing there? How's she there?
I don't know. How's she been everywhere?
Well, this is it. Yeah. Why is she there? Just there's too much what he's trying to put into this story, I think. Right, and finally, what we got here. Quite boring because it was mostly talking until it got to near the end of the episode. It was slowly paced. There was really nothing for Ruby and Belinda to do, which was right. There wasn't really. They were just like sad characters in this. Um, I mean, why bring Ruby back for her to just being called an ableist, which I found annoying. Um, if you bring in characters back, give them something to do. Like I said last week about Susan. Um, yeah, and the Doctor, yeah, it's still not the Doctor for me. Overacting, especially in the 1950s. I mean, I don't know if they were directed like that, but if you was in a world and you was convinced that was your real life, would you be acting so like that? You'd be acting just normal, wouldn't you? He was. He's. I don't know. He's not a good actor. Well, in my opinion, he was miscast as the Doctor. To be honest, um, Unit didn't have much to do in this because there wasn't Unit in this, was there? There was.
The unit was like the insurance company,
Um, and
Madman, or
Mel had really nothing to do in this.
no.
I just it gets. I mean, RTD says we don't need to bring back the old classic stuff. Go forward because we want new viewers, so we do new stuff. He's dredging up everything from the old classic stuff, which the new fans, new viewers won't even know who they are. So you're not going to get fans going, "Whoa, Omega! Whoa, the Rani," because they won't know who they are. Just create new characters, which I think he can't do because he's a hack writer. Um, yeah, I just don't get it bringing all these actors back to do nothing. I just could not make any sense of this story. I know it was set in a not in a real world, but you've got to have a coherent story.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well,
It's like Conrad.
okay.
Conrad. He from Lucky Day. He was freed from the prison only to be put in another one by the Rani because he's stuck. He's locked up in that room, and all he's doing is sat reading stories to the baby and to the TV to create the world through the power of the baby. Um, so really, he's still a prisoner.
Yeah.
And the Rani, Mrs. Flood, the Rani, still being subservient to the other one. Go make him a sandwich. Yeah. So yeah, if I mean we've only got one episode left of this season, and if the next episode coming up is anything like what's gone before, I am done with Doctor Who. I am done with it. I will not be reviewing any more if it comes up, but it won't do because they're going to cancel it. Doctor Who is dead to me in this form. So over to you, Susan. Happy thoughts.
Um, let's see. This had a lot of plot holes that I noticed.
Mm,
I noticed that they hadn't
way too
they
many.
hadn't achieved anything with Susan.
Mhm,
They brought Mel back for no reason.
mhm.
Um, the two Ronnies, you know, they have their bone palace, but you know,
Well, did you?
where's their science? Where's their science experiment? Where's their intellectual curiosity?
Yeah.
That was my issue with the Ronnies, is that they didn't have the kind of curiosity. Um, but it wasn't a problem with the it wasn't a problem with the kind of uh, acting that was going on, or any of the messaging. I like the messaging. I personally think that the messaging is important. Um, it
Well, it's
overcomes
killing the
it
program.
overcomes it doesn't kill.
It is
It
because people.
overcomes the years and years and years of problematic identity, uh, re-
But
repression.
why does RTD feel the need to destroy a TV show to do all that?
I don't think he thinks he is, and I
Yeah.
don't. I mean, but I also don't think that it's a bad thing that it's attached to Disney, because Disney's the only place on telly right now outside of Star Trek and Paramount that this is okay, because for crying out loud, there's like no uh there's just no energy toward, especially with like the repression that's going on again this side of the side of the pond, Lee. um it ain't comfortable anymore,
I
buddy.
want
it,
I want a science
it,
fiction program, not a factual program.
I know, but you got to have all of it anyway.
No, I
The
don't.
interesting thing, uh just, I understand what you're saying, but the interesting thing is that they had they had no, um they didn't have anything that was scientifically accurate. I mean, those dinosaurs were way taller than anything in the city of London.
Well, I know it
So
was a
basically,
fantasy world, but come on.
and the other thing was the bone castle also didn't look like it had any enough stuff to hold it up. It's just everything was breaking the science. But I know now that the reason that they did all that was to try and get to the underside of reality. But I mean, they've done a lot of that reality,
Mm.
jinking around with reality. And I mean, kind of Davros did it best, by moving planets out of their orbits. Like that was his deal.
Well,
And
one question I would like to know answered really is why? Because the Rani wants to resurrect Omega from the underverse,
I
but
don't really know
the
that.
way the way she's talking and the way she's controlling the Earth is she's got in her head that Omega is under the surface of the Earth, which he wasn't. He was in an antimatter universe.
He was until he came back in the Fifth Doctor Arc of Infinity, and then he ended up in the Infinite. He was disintegrated into the Infinite.
That was quick thinking on your part there, wasn't it? Eh?
No, no, listen, man. This is what I thought yesterday when I
Yeah.
was watching it. Don't give me that. I totally thought this way. I mean, he was in the infinite, and so in that respect, he could have sank down to the layers of reality to some sort of substructure. I mean,
Mm.
I don't really know, but you know, he doesn't come back looking like Peter Davison. I mean, I just that would be badass if he did that. You know, that would be like perfect.
You never know.
That would be really cool. And
But
then the other thing that is really important to understand is, even after all the shakeup with Susan Twist and
mhm,
Sutek, she was back in this one.
mhm.
I mean, I thought she was long gone, dead and done due to the whole situation with Sutek.
But she didn't die, did she? She was alive at the end of that.
Oh, all right.
But
Well, that was one of my plot holes, was trying to figure out why Susan Twist came back, because of Susan, you know, the name.
mm, uh, I mean, with the Rani riding about the skies on her what do you call it,
Anti grav moped,
made of bones. Um,
her big boner.
uh, as soon as I saw that with her flying around, two things entered my head:
Uh-huh.
Flash Gordon, the movie,
Uh-huh. Yes.
and Count Dooku.
Ah, yes. Exactly. Those are
He's
very well.
stealing again. He has
Yes.
got no original ideas. Um, I'm worried though next week because I've heard certain rumours. I am worried that he might put the final nail in the coffin with because it's been rumoured that Gatwa has recorded a regeneration.
Okay.
Um, we know, 'cause it's been not rumored, but it's a dead set. Rose is back, not Rose, but Rose, Donna's Rose. I don't know why, because she was completely useless working for Unit in the other episode. But she's back next week, and was it in the Star Beast? She had all that power in her.
Hmm.
So if they're going to turn around and make her the new Doctor, oh, but I think, because as I say, it's a dead set. He has recorded his regeneration. I think they're going to leave it open ended, so you don't see the full regeneration,
Hmm.
because the contract with Disney has expired.
Oh, it has?
It has, yeah. It's the contract was for 26 episodes. We had the 3 anniversary specials, 2 Christmas specials, 2 seasons of 8, and the war between the land and the sea, which is coming up next. So that'll be about 26 episodes.
Oh.
Yeah,
So is the
it's
war between the land and the sea, is that the unit spinoff?
yeah.
Okay.
So that's a Disney production. So,
Okay.
which I don't know why they're doing that. Really, they could have just added more episodes to the Doctor Who, couldn't they?
Ah,
And
yeah.
maybe by then, if they had have added them episodes to the Doctor Who, Gatwa might have got into doing the Doctor properly. But mm, yeah, and next week's episode as well, it's over an hour long, and it's not going to be on BBC
What time
iPlayer.
does it drop? Do you know if it drops at the same time?
It doesn't drop on BBC iPlayer. It's going to be broadcast on the night on Saturday night in UK at the normal time. That's when it
It's
drops, and it's going to
okay.
be a simultaneous broadcast in certain cinemas.
Okay.
So it's not going to be on iPlayer in the morning. But as soon as it drops on BBC One, it'll drop on iPlayer.
Okay.
So I think they're trying to get more viewing figures for the last episode somehow.
Yeah, and I think that if they're doing it on simulcast to the theater, I wonder if it's on the theater here.
I think it's only in the UK. But I just can't see people paying for the nose for tickets to go to the cinema for something what for me would be pointless. If I went, I'd be disappointed watching that. Just going by part 1.
Oh, it's only in the UK and Ireland.
Yep.
Okay.
I can't see many people buying tickets for it. Because if there's not many people watching it on TV, why would they go to the cinema and watch it?
And they're going to show the Wish World and the Reality War
They're gonna
together.
show it together. But
Yeah.
the second part will drop the same time as it's on TV. But
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, I can't see people going to buying tickets for it. To
Yeah.
be honest. But, hey ho.
Yeah, I liked it when they dropped them on the theaters in the U.S. as well. But also, there's like a now there's a fucking tariff on film and telly.
Uh,
Our asshole is fucking up everything. If we're gonna be so strapped for new stuff unless it comes with streaming.
yeah.
It's horrible.
I mean,
That, it's
I
absolutely
want,
horrible if he's gonna prevent us from watching British stuff. I mean, for me that'll be like starvation. I really can't live without
he's
a
going to kill the
bit of
network.
the Brit.
He's going to kill the networks off. That's what he's doing. And then he's going to have one channel, and it'll be Emperor Trump channel.
Fox News,
Yeah, and that's all you'll
Fox
get.
News and Entertainment.
It'll be like you're in China.
Oh Jesus!
But I wanted to ask you about the
Ouch!
about Doctor Who this season. I know last season it was promoted all over the place in America, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was signs on our gazebos, our bus gazebos and stuff.
What about this season? Has it been as the same?
No, and
Mm,
Disney is actually not been showing it until the last three episodes. The last three episodes have shown up on our telly in the smart TV startup screen, so that's good.
Yeah, see, Disney have pulled away from it now. You see, I mean, there was a
Not the last three, not this one and the two before it,
yeah,
because um there weren't any yeah, the beginning of this season they just kind of blew it off.
yeah. Well, they blew it off at the conventions as well. They never promoted it at the conventions. What have gone, what you've had early on in the year or anything like that. So it's dead in the water with Disney.
Oh,
And BBC have said without Disney's money, they're going to have to have a total rethink. So, but I think having that extra money has made it worse because I think Mr. RTD has gone mad with all the effects, all this lot. Doesn't that look wonderful? What about the story, Russell? What about the stories? We need the stories. And I think the money, the budget has ruined that. Get back to telling stories, not the visual. Ooh, look at that. A giant bone dinosaur. Ooh, stories, Russell. But there again, I've heard he's gone as well. They weren't happy with him.
what?
Yeah, because
They fired RTD again?
he's totally ruined the series. He's killed it.
Oh,
So they need someone who can inject some new and vital stuff to this series if it's to keep it going. If not, I would say it's going to be off air for a good 5 years or more. They keep saying it's not cancelled. It's not cancelled. We haven't made a decision until after the last episode. But come on, RTD's off doing something else for Channel 4. Shooty Gatwa's doing plays on the West End or Broadway, so he's not recording anything. Don't take two and two to put, to figure out that they won't be involved if if they're going to do a new series.
yeah.
But yeah, yeah, they need an actor who can portray the Doctor and Shooty Cat. he wasn't hired for his acting abilities. I know that for a fact. I think RTD got besotted with him, to be honest. Only my opinion.
Oh, that's sometimes the way it goes. But I've enjoyed his portrayal
You must be the only
in
one.
a lot of ways. It's very very much the way it, it ticks a lot of the British fun boxes.
Well, he's not really British, but
For me it is, for me it really is.
have you noticed as well? We had Mrs. Flood breaking the fourth wall in nearly every episode last season, this season. But the last couple of episodes, she hasn't done that.
Right.
So why have her? Why have her break the fourth wall if you're not going to explain why she's doing that?
I don't know, that's a really good question.
I mean, if it, no. But I've got a feeling she's going to betray the other Rani anyway. She's going to get fed up of being Sabian and betray her,
Yeah.
like the two masters did in the Capaldi story.
Yeah.
There's nothing new again.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, that's my opinion.
Okay. Um. So I guess we've talked about everything, all the bits and bobs about it. Yeah. So what's your final say and score, Lee?
Well, as I mentioned about the budget for it, giving this program too much money to play with on visual, you can see where the money's gone because what you're visually stunning. It is. I can't argue with that, but it it undermines the storytelling, the writing. It takes away from that. And as I say, a lot of plot holes. Um, no explanations. I mean, if it might, we all might get paid. It might all get paid off in the end in the next episode. But I
Maybe.
I doubt it. Really, I really do doubt it. Um, what to give it? Uh, as I say, I just thought it was a waste of characters. Um, oh, oh, you holding on to something, Susan?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give this two big bones out of 10,
Okay.
just
Well,
because of
I'm going to give
because of the
this
visual. Just because of the visual.
7. Yeah, I'm going to give this 7. 7 of the Ronnie sonic screwdrivers, which was absolutely beautiful. I liked that a lot. It was very
Can,
much the coolest thing.
can I
She
ask
never had
why?
one, I know.
You because RTD was against the Doctor having a sonic screwdriver,
I
right?
know, but and the other thing is the Ronnie never had one, but
Never had one.
she
Never
did
had
in
one.
this one, so maybe she's just like some sort of weird amalgamation of Doctor and Ronnie. I don't know, but
Because
I
originally,
enjoyed I
uh,
enjoyed it. I thought it was cool looking, and I also was super glad for the disabled. Uh, the rebellion building on the underside of London by the unseen people, the disabled, and the people who were just skipped over. I thought that was really cool, and for that reason, I'm giving it 7 of those because I think that representation and presentation of the inside of a story is important. I know that Lee doesn't agree, but
Totally,
I
I'm
need
totally,
SJW stuff for the long haul.
can you
As much as we can get, as much as we can get.
can you
Because
answer me
the
this?
reality is that
Can you
there's this whole other kind of
let me
there's
speak?
this
This is what
whole
we're
other
doing.
kind of
What we're doing.
filmmaking which doesn't take it into account at all, and that's sad. And
Can you answer
television
me?
making that doesn't take it into account at all, which is sad.
Can you answer me this?
And I need it to matter though.
Can you answer me this? These disabled rebels, how are they going to win it?
The way disabled rebels win it all the time
How are they going to
by
get up in?
being under uh underestimated,
It's going to be a lot hard work for them.
underfunded.
It's going to be a lot hard
It
work for
is
them. I'll tell you that.
it is a lot of hard work. Let me tell you,
But
when
I
you're
don't.
working and you're
I
just
just
putting your whole soul into it, it'll work out.
get
I
fed up of all
promise.
this messaging and stuff.
It's gonna fucking work. Come on, Lee, it'll fucking work. I'm
No,
waiting.
it's going beyond a joke.
It's just not though.
It doesn't have to be a constant story. We want a story. We want adventure. We don't want. Stop preaching to me. Stop it.
I'm sorry, it seems like preaching because it really isn't to you. It's to the folks that don't have a lot of stomach for the rest of humanity.
I want to know what happens to the science fiction stories of Doctor Who. We're not getting them. All we're getting is all this about diversity, all this about virtual signaling, and all this about preaching and messaging. There's no that is overtaking the sci-fi story element of alien invasions and stuff like that. That's been pushed out the window, and it's all about people in wheelchairs, blind people um, coming over the odds. Um, that's not Doctor Who. I've got nothing against disabled or anything like that, but when it starts ruining stories, I get angry.
Hmm.
And that's my opinion. Nobody's going to change it.
No, I take it. That's right. And if you'd like to come and argue with us about this, I would encourage you to get in touch with Lee because I know I'm not making all that much impact here. So whatever.
We're not, we're
If
not,
you want to argue with Lee,
we're
get
not
in touch with
arguing.
him.
We're not arguing. We're debating.
Yeah, okay. If you want to debate with Lee,
Because
get in touch
I
with
always
him.
argue.
Yeah, you got to be free at 9 p.m. UK time, and you got to have a device and be over 18 because sometimes this shit gets real. And also, yeah, you gotta have a microphone and a camera because you gotta be able to show your face when you're telling people what for. And
Yeah.
then it'd be really good if you watch the shit that we watch while we're watching it and tell us about it. Okay, so those are the stipulations. Also, do subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell notification. And also, and
That way.
also, um, try to share this as wide as possible, please. If you hit the like or the dislike, whichever one, make comments, whatever. We just want to be known by the algorithm because there's a couple other geeks assembled which are just not us. I mean, we've been here longer than they have,
Yeah.
so that's just weird that they've stolen our name because they have, you know, because we're amazing. Yeah, I say it's because we're fucking amazing. And the other thing is I'd like to invite you
Tea?
to watch Doctor Who and to listen to Big Finish because apparently after this season of Doctor Who, Lee's just gonna be listening to.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's funny. This is funny. I don't think so. I think he's gonna be back. But
Oh no, no,
anyway,
no.
we'll see.
I'm only
Um,
reviewing. I'm only reviewing these because I'm doing it as a favor for you,
I know, and I'm really grateful. Thanks.
and this is
Thank
why I'm
you.
so happy that I can debate it with you.
Oh my gosh, me too. Anyway, thanks for watching.